Hello? Yeah, hi. Is this HauntLine Studios? Okay. I don't really know how to say this without sounding insane. I've tried telling someone in person, but the moment I start explaining it, I can see it on their face. That look, like they're just waiting for me to finish so they can say it's stress or lack of sleep or something like that. But it's not. I know it's not, because I've tested it over and over, and every time it proves the same thing. There's something in my room, something that only moves when I'm not looking, and it sleeps under my bed. My name's Aaron. I'm 24. I live alone, just a small apartment, nothing special. One bedroom, no pets, no roommates, no one else with a key. That's important, because whatever this is, it's not supposed to be there. It started about 5 nights ago. At first, I thought it was just one of those things you don't really notice unless you're paying attention. Background noise. You know how when you're trying to sleep, your brain suddenly starts focusing on every little sound? The fridge humming, pipes ticking, your own breathing, stuff like that. That's what I thought it was. I was lying in bed, lights off, phone on my chest, just scrolling before sleep, and I heard it. A soft sound. Low, rhythmic, like someone breathing, but heavier, slower, like sleep breathing, snoring, very faint. At first, I didn't even react. I just assumed it was coming from another apartment, maybe a neighbor. The walls here aren't that thick, so I ignored it, kept scrolling. But then something about it started to feel off. I don't know how to explain it properly. It was too clear, too close. Like it wasn't coming through a wall. It was coming from inside the room. And that's when I noticed something. It matched me. The rhythm, the pauses, even the little catch in the breath. It was exactly like mine, just slightly deeper, like a heavier version. And the longer I listened, the more I realized something I really didn't like. It wasn't coming from across the room. It wasn't coming from the door. It was coming from below me, directly under the bed. I froze, didn't move, didn't even breathe. I just listened. And the moment I stopped breathing, it didn't. It kept going. Same slow inhale, same long exhale, like it didn't notice I'd stopped or didn't care. That's when my chest tightened. That feeling you get when something suddenly doesn't make sense anymore, like reality just slips a little. I slowly lifted my phone, turned on the flashlight, and pointed it toward the floor. The light hit the side of the bed, but not underneath it. I'd have to lean over, look down, actually check, and I didn't want to do that. I don't know why. It just felt like if I looked, something would look back. So I didn't. I just stayed still, holding the light, listening. And after maybe, 30 seconds, the snoring stopped. Just like that. No fading, no shifting, just silence. Like someone was there and then suddenly wasn't. That night, I didn't sleep. I kept the lights on, stayed sitting up in bed, watching the room, waiting for it to come back. But it didn't. By morning, I'd almost convinced myself it wasn't real, that I'd just imagined it. You know how your brain can fill in sounds when you're tired? So I got up, went about my day, tried to forget it. That night, I told myself I was being stupid, so I turned the lights off again, got back into bed, same routine, phone, scrolling, trying to act normal. And for a while, everything was fine.
And I remember thinking, yeah, see? Nothing there. And then I turned off my phone. Total darkness. And it started again. Immediately. Like it had been waiting for me to stop looking. Same sound, same rhythm, same position, directly under me. Only this time, it was louder, closer, like it was right beneath the mattress. I could feel it, the vibration, very faint, but there, with each exhale. My entire body just locked up. I didn't move, didn't breathe, and slowly, I shifted my leg, just slightly, and the sound adjusted, matched the movement, like it knew exactly where I was. That's when something clicked in my head, a thought I didn't want, but couldn't ignore. It's not just there, it knows I'm here. I grabbed my phone again, turned the flashlight on, and this time, I forced myself. I leaned over, slowly, carefully, and pointed the light under the bed. There was nothing there, just empty space, dust, a shoe, nothing else. But the second the light hit under the bed, the snoring stopped. Again. Instant, like it had never been there. I stayed like that for a while, light shaking in my hand, waiting. Nothing, just silence. I pulled back up, sat in bed, heart racing, trying to process what I just experienced. And then I heard it again. But this time, it wasn't under me. It was behind me, on the bed, right where my head had been. Slow inhale, long exhale. I didn't turn around. I couldn't, because I knew if I did, it wouldn't be there. And that somehow was worse. That's when I realized something. It doesn't stay in one place. It moves, but only when I'm not looking. The third night, I decided to test it. I needed proof, something real. So I set up my phone, camera on, pointing at the bed, and I left the room, just closed the door, stood outside, and waited. No sound at first, just silence. Then after a few minutes, I heard it. Through the door, faint but clear, snoring. Inside my room, on my bed, not under it, on it, like something had taken my place. I didn't go in, not right away. I just stood there, listening, counting the breaths, trying to steady myself. And then it stopped, exactly when I reached for the doorknob, like it knew. I went back in. Room empty. Bed untouched. Nothing out of place. But I could feel it. That same feeling, like something had just been there and stepped away at the last second. I checked the recording, and I wish I hadn't. At first, it's just the empty bed. Nothing happening. Then, the mattress moves, very slightly, like something heavy is pressing into it, an indent forming slowly. And then you hear it, the snoring, loud, clear, right on the bed. But there's nothing there, no body, no shape, just the sound and the movement. And then something worse, the indentation changes. It shifts, like whatever's there turns its head, facing the camera, and the snoring stops. That's when I ended the recording. I couldn't watch anymore. That's why I'm calling, because it's not just happening at night anymore. It's starting earlier, and it's getting closer. Last night, I heard it before I even got into bed.
After the last time I called, I didn't sleep. Not really. I kept the lights on again, sat in my chair, watched the bed, watched the floor, watched the space under it. Nothing happened for hours. No sound, no movement, just silence. But it wasn't the kind of silence that feels safe. It felt like something holding its breath, waiting. I remember checking the time a lot. 2:10, 2:47, 3:03. Just watching the minutes pass, trying to convince myself that if I stayed awake long enough, it wouldn't come back. Like maybe it needed me to sleep, or look away, or stop paying attention. But then, I blinked, just once, and when my eyes opened again, my chair had moved. Not a lot, just a few inches, but I hadn't touched it. I hadn't even stood up. And the worst part? It was closer to the bed, facing it, like someone had turned it to watch. That's when I realized something I hadn't thought of before. It doesn't just move under the bed. It uses the room, everything in it, when I'm not looking. I stood up slowly, didn't take my eyes off the bed, not even for a second. I reached down and dragged the chair back to where it was, and I kept staring, waiting for something to change. Nothing did, but I could feel it, that same presence, like something was there, just outside of where I was looking. So I did something stupid. I decided to look under the bed again, but this time, I wasn't going to use the phone light. I was going to use a mirror. So I grabbed the small mirror from my bathroom, came back into the room, and slowly lowered it to the floor, angled it so I could see underneath without actually looking directly. At first, it just showed the floor, dust, the frame, nothing else. And I almost felt relieved, like maybe this would prove something. Maybe it would finally make sense. And then, the reflection changed, just slightly, like something moved into view. It wasn't clear, not fully, but I could see a shape, low to the ground, too still, too dark. And then, I saw the chest, rising, falling, breathing. The snoring started again. Through the mirror, I could hear it, but it didn't sound like it was under the bed anymore. It sounded closer, like it was coming from right in front of me. And then I realized the reflection wasn't matching the room anymore. Because in the mirror, the thing wasn't under the bed. It was halfway out. I dropped the mirror. It hit the floor, flipped, and I looked down instinctively, directly under the bed. Nothing there. Empty. Completely empty. But the snoring didn't stop. It was on the bed, right behind me. I didn't turn around. I couldn't, because I knew exactly what would happen. The moment I looked, it would be gone. And I didn't want it to move again, not without me seeing it. So I stayed still, standing there, back to the bed, listening. The breathing was slower now, heavier, like it wasn't asleep anymore, like it was awake, just lying there, waiting. And then it changed. The rhythm. It started matching me perfectly. Every inhale, every exhale, no delay, no difference, exactly the same. And for a second I thought, maybe it's gone. Maybe it's just me now. Maybe I imagined everything. So I did something to test it. I held my breath, completely. Didn't move, didn't make a sound. And the breathing continued, right behind me. Same rhythm, Same pace. Like it didn't need me anymore.
That's when I turned. I didn't plan to. I just did. Fast. All at once. And there was nothing there. The bed was empty. No indentation, no movement, no sound. Silence. But I knew it had been there. I felt it. I heard it. And the worst part, I think it wanted me to turn. That's when everything started to get worse. Because after that, it didn't stay under the bed anymore. It didn't stay on the bed. It started staying with me. The first time I noticed was when I was brushing my teeth, standing in the bathroom, lights on, mirror right in front of me, and I could hear it, faint, behind me, breathing, same sound, same rhythm, like it had followed me. I turned around, nothing, of course. But when I looked back at the mirror, for a second, just a second, my reflection was still turned, looking behind, before snapping back to match me. I dropped the toothbrush, didn't even pick it up, just walked out, closed the bathroom door, and stood there, trying to process what I just saw. It doesn't just move when I'm not looking, it moves before I do. And now, it's doing something else, something worse. It's changing the sound. The snoring isn't just snoring anymore. There's something under it, like a voice. Not clear, not words, but close, like it's trying to form something through the breathing, through the sound. Last night, I finally heard it, clearly, for the first time. I was lying in bed again, lights off. Didn't even try to fight it anymore. I just waited, and it came. Not under the bed, not behind me, right next to my face, breathing, slow, controlled. And then it spoke, not loud, not clear, but enough, just enough. It said, "Stay." And I didn't move. I couldn't, because something in me felt like I already had, like I'd already decided before I even heard it. That's when I understood. It's not copying me. It's not following me. It's replacing the parts of me that I don't notice, the small things, the automatic things, breathing, blinking, turning, and every night it gets a little closer, a little more in sync. Right now, while I'm talking to you, I can hear it again, not under the bed, not behind me, inside my breathing, matching me perfectly. And I don't know if this is me anymore, or if I'm just catching up to it. Wait, hold on. I just stopped breathing, just now, on purpose. And it didn't. It kept going. Hello? Are you still there? Because I don't think I'm the one breathing first anymore.
If you love the slow burn of fear, the stories that creep under your skin, subscribe now. Don't fight the darkness. Let it follow you.